Hey, what's up, everybody? And today I have my man Christopher Tom on here. Say hi, Christopher.
Hey guys, it's Christopher Tom here.
Yeah. And today I have him on here. I'm gonna ask him a few questions. And we'll see how the interview goes. So Christopher, is this your first time on the interview?
This is my second actually. This is my third.
Oh, third.
Uh, yeah, I think my first one was by the YouTuber Shampy.
Champy.
Yeah.
I gotta check him out. Um. So I actually have a question. What made you get into YouTube?
Well, it started from when I was a very young kid, and I would make these videos called YouTube groups, where basically you take a whole bunch of you'll take a source or like a TV show, it could be anything really, and you make like all sorts of like bizarre and funny edits to it. And so I did that for a few years, and I got up that channel up to maybe 5,000 subscribers, a bit more than that. And I decided to get into commentary, and I think one of the things that motivated that decision is because that was around 2016 where people like Leafy and Pyrocynical, they were making these videos where they're basically just playing games and commenting and kind of making fun of like cringy videos and stuff. And I thought, wow, that's really cool because, well, first of all, these are videos that you can mass produce. These are videos that don't really take too much effort, and you can get a huge following. It's really a matter of personality and presentation. And so I thought that was very interesting format. And so I started making some of these commentaries myself in 2016, and I think I eventually was like, hey, this is pretty fun. And so eventually that kind of pivoted to making more like, I guess, analysis type content. Where like these days I mainly just analyze things or I'll talk about YouTube drama and stuff, and it's been working out.
Oh, that's nice. That's actually how I found a couple of your videos. I think one of you. I think didn't you make a video on YouTube drama in general or?
Um, I think the closest one I have that to that is I made a video called "Why Negativity Gets Views," where it's about the psychology behind why people are so enticed to watching negative videos. Which I suppose that could also apply to drama videos because typically those are pretty negative.
I wanted to ask. I'm gonna get into that. I want to ask. What are your influences?
One of my big influences, or at least when I started, is I was really into the channels Pyrocynical and H3H3 Productions. These days, I don't really watch them too much anymore. I still watch every H3H3 video, even if I think they've gotten worse. They were a huge influence in how I originally started to do things. Um, and so I would make these like commentaries. They're kind of like they were supposed to be kind of like funny, and then when I got cancer, my content kind of pivoted a bit. And then once I finished cancer treatment, I decided to go back to commentary, but it wouldn't be like the old days. It would be more like more analysis driven. Um, it would be like deeper dives into things. And I think the channel The Right Opinion is one of my. It's definitely it has been an influence because I really like the way that he sort of like dissects the topic on many different levels and his general presentation.
Uh, I actually have a question with. How do you feel about Jay Aubrey? I watch his videos. What do you have? What's your opinion on him?
Mm, um, I like his videos in the sense that I think he does a very good job structuring what he likes to say, and his editing game is really on point. So I definitely got to give him credit for that. I,
Okay.
I think I think yeah, I've seen a lot of his videos. He does a pretty good job with it, how he like writes and puts them together.
Okay. Okay. So what? I also wanted to ask you. What do you think about like the state of YouTube?
Hmm. I think one of the most negative changes about that have been going on YouTube is how they basically crushed any independent channels that talk about news and politics. And you'll see this if you type anything related to current events in the search engine. What what the results are just going to show? They're just going to show a whole bunch of like mainstream news networks or something, as opposed to like homegrown YouTubers. And I guess I can understand why they made the decision, because before you type something in and you get all sorts of like conspiracy videos. But the thing is, I do think it's kind of a dangerous precedent, because it's basically giving all these like corporations a lot of it's giving them a lot of power, and it's giving them the ability to monopolize the narrative, basically. Um, I feel like sometimes, though, aside from that, I feel like sometimes people are too negative about the state of YouTube. They're saying, "Oh, YouTube's dead. YouTube, the golden age of YouTube, blah blah blah." But I still think there's a lot of opportunity out there for people who want to seize it. And I'm still incredibly grateful that I have that opportunity, even if YouTube may not necessarily be, the best. But I don't really see it like an alternative to YouTube springing up anytime soon.
Okay, okay. Actually, a lot of people, a lot of like big YouTubers, they don't really like commentary channels because they tell a lot of truth. But how do you feel about that? Because commentary channels get like a lot of flack because of the bad people in the community. Like who I'm talking about. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, you know who I don't want to say his name, but you know who I'm specifically talking about in the commentary. There's two, three people I'm talking about, but yeah. Well, how do you feel about you getting flack? Most people getting flack because of that.
Hmm. Well, I think commentary is an interesting genre because it really depends on the person's approach, and I do think there's definitely bad eggs that can soil like the overall genre. Like a lot of people would they used to give commentary videos flack because Leafy was like the face of commentary, and
Right.
yeah, and I don't think it's really fair, because commentators come in all forms and sizes, and while there are some people who are very tactless and cruel with their commentary, I do think there's also people who are fair, or they're just making lighthearted, funny videos, and I do think it sucks that people will make generalizations on a genre just because of some of the people who have gotten popular with it and may not necessarily be the best representatives of it. But I guess that's just something to be expected with all sorts of different genres on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, I also wanted to ask, since you already got like 50,000 subscribers, or about 50,000, I ask every YouTuber that comes on here, from Impacts, Edbound to you're my third interviewer. But I ask, if you ever become bigger, do you think your ego will, increase? You know how famous people
Yeah.
get.
Oh, I don't. I think it's certainly a risk, and it's something that I try to always be mindful of. I think the thing that keeps me grounded personally is, well, a belief in God and a religious, strong religious values. Because I don't ever want to feel like, oh, because I have more subscribers than other people, or maybe I get more attention than other people. I don't ever want to feel like I'm better than them, and I always try to keep myself grounded. If I ever get into like prideful thinking, I tell myself, no, that's just not the way to go. And yeah, I do think I see a lot of people who they do get kind of like fucked up by the fame in that sense. It's like they get some taste of fame and attention, and they just completely forsake their values and the people who got them to that place in the first place. And I don't ever want to be like that.
Okay, so here's a big kicker. I told you about like how people are getting like egos and stuff like that. I actually want to ask you, do you think how do you feel about YouTube like they're cutting out the coronavirus. You know how people have coronavirus in their titles and everything, and they
Yeah.
might want to they'll demonetize it, but they have their own videos where they talk about the coronavirus, like the stay home video with YouTube. You think it's kind of hypocritical of YouTube to do that?
Hmm. Well, I definitely, I'm not a fan of the decision. I've heard it. I've heard that recently they've made some changes to allow some videos about the coronavirus to be monetized. However, the videos that they're allowing to be monetized about it, they have to conform to like a certain mainstream narrative. Like they can't say certain things. Um, I don't know. I can't really say too much about it because I'm not too versed in the topic.
Okay, okay. I actually, while we're still on the topic of the coronavirus, I actually have a question. How do you feel about YouTubers using it for like clout?
Mm. Uh, in what sense? Because I think there's a lot of different ways that people have been making content about it. But there's definitely like there's people doing all sorts of crazy stuff for clout. Like they'll lick toilet seats or something. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
I'm talking about full blown saying that you have the coronavirus when you know well that you don't have the coronavirus.
Oh, that's absolutely disgusting in my opinion. I think it's absolutely terrible that these people are clickbaiting something like this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I did watch a few videos, and I'm not gonna say who have done it or not, but uh, cause most people know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I used to like that guy's channel too, but I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I think they just using it for clout, and it's just kind of messed up when you know you got people actually dying out here.
Yeah, it's really tasteless.
But I mean, honestly, I think, what do you feel? How do you feel about people just doing anything for clout?
Um, well, I guess it depends. Like, I think we all, as YouTubers, we all want to position ourselves in a way that is going to get us the most views. But I guess as long anything that is like involves deceiving the viewer or doing some sort of thing that is harming others or like infringing on other people's rights or something, that's where I would draw the line.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever do something that bad. But I mean, I'm gonna. Okay, so how do you feel about like? I'm really sitting here and watching. How do you feel about Drama Alert? I how do you feel like about like news channels? Like,
I used to watch a lot of Drama Alert, but I haven't really watched it a lot lately. I feel like Keemstar reports on Jake Paul and I'm trying to think. He reports on like Jake Paul and Ninja and all these other people.
KSI.
Yeah, KSI. It's like always the same people, and the thing is, I found that it's the smaller drama channels that cover the more interesting topics because with Drama Alert, it's like Keemstar just covers the same people over and over again.
And he likes to start. He likes to have. He likes to initiate beef.
Yeah, like he was making all these like I remember when he was saying all this dumb stuff about like anxiety and mental health and stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's what actually set off a lot of people. I think I watched the stream of Comedy Shorts Gamer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually going off on Keemstar about that. It was kind of like, because it was no everybody like hated that video of Keemstar. It had like more dislikes than likes.
Yeah.
And now, while we're on the topic of Comedy Shorts Gamer, how do you feel about people making these exposed videos?
Um, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really too versed in like the lore and knowledge of Comedy Shorts Gamer.
I mean, like, I know what you're saying, but you know, besides like Comedy Shorts game, I'm talking about like when that last year what happened to James Charles, that whole video that went viral with that girl. I don't know what her name is, but something about what he did, and
Yeah.
then his things go up, his subs went down, and then they came up because
Mm-hmm.
you know, he told, like, I don't understand, like, what do you like, what's your opinion on cancel culture? Like, it's kind of like it's kind of bad to me because you don't know the full truth, and then you destroy someone's career based off of that.
Yeah, I think it's terrible. I think platforms like Twitter, they really incentivize mobs of people, and these are people who like to feel righteously angry about things, even if they're not necessarily correct or they may not have the whole story. And so the result of that is that a lot of times they get the story wrong, or they only hear one side of the story, and they start to cancel people. Like I remember with the whole Slazo situation, people were trying to paint him as a rapist, and like so many of his own fans were turning against him. And it wasn't until he released his, it wasn't until some other commentators were covering it and showing the other side of the story that people started to reverse course and realize, maybe this guy isn't this evil rapist that he was painted out to be.
Like, I mean, I think a lot of people take things out of context, and I just think, I feel like if you don't know the true story, you should really stay out the business unless it's confirmed by many people that it is true.
Yeah.
And that's the case with like, I don't really, I still watch YouTubers, but what do you feel about douche tubers?
Um, you mean like J Station?
J Station, oh yeah, J Station, Jake Paul. I'm not gonna even say Logan, because Logan, I actually have a new found respect for Logan after the fight that he did with KSI.
Yeah, I don't really have an issue with Logan, but yeah, people like Jake Paul. I know recently he's been promoting like this really sexual content, and it's like his audience is mostly kids, so I think that's pretty messed up.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
be
there's
honest.
definitely a lot of pages
I'm
on
gonna be
YouTube.
honest. I haven't watched Jake Paul videos since I was like 3 years ago. Since I, like, when I first heard of Jake Paul, when from my friends and stuff, I was like, who's Jake Paul? I started watching his videos. Like, I went back to watch his older videos, and some of his videos have not aged well at all. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, they're cringy. At least with Logan, he adapted and matured his content. With
yeah, I
Jake,
can respect that.
yeah, yeah, Jake Paul's content is still cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is I got at least five more questions for you. Um, how do you feel about, like, do you think TikTok is taking the place of where anything that goes viral can come to YouTube? Similar how it was to Vine back in the day, where it was gonna be viral, and you see the Vine stars coming to YouTube. You think that's gonna happen with TikTok? And you think it's like TikTok is kind of toxic, so I don't know how you feel about that.
Um, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's definitely possible that we may start to see like this new generation of like TikTok influencers come over to YouTube in the same way that the Viners did. I kind of have mixed feelings on TikTok in general. I mean, personally, like I've seen a lot of people go like really hard on TikTok, and it doesn't really make much sense to me because a lot of TikTok center like content, a lot of TikTok content centers on making stuff with copyrighted music, and there isn't really a monetization model on TikTok that you get on YouTube. I mean, I guess you could do like sponsorships and shit like that, but there isn't really much. There isn't. I don't really see the point of it personally. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's a little part of me that kind of wanted to make one, but I decided not to because I've heard all this stuff in the news about how like um how the data how the user data of TikTok is gonna be like sent to the Chinese government and shit. And I'm like, nah, I'm just not gonna be part of that.
Yeah, man, I ain't doing that either. My mom tried to call me the other day trying to do a TikTok because he saw a couple of teenagers do it on there. It was like, I don't know about that, moms. Yeah, it's just my opinion. I could do it. Maybe if I was a little kid, like when Musically came out, I probably would have did it. And even back then, now like when I went through middle school and I saw my old TikToks, I was like, I gotta delete that because that's cringe.
Yeah, it's definitely a part of growing up and stuff.
Yeah. Man, I kind of feel sorry for these kids. Like they're gonna eventually look back on it and see how cringe they were.
Yeah.
Nah. But do you feel like when you're up and coming, are you responsible for how the like how kids are? Because you know parents nowadays are able to like pick. You know how back in the day they used to blame video games for violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel like? Do you think you're responsible for how how they take your videos?
Um, that's a very good question. I would say partially because I hear a lot of people say that it's up to the parent to make sure that their kids aren't consuming anything bad. But the thing is, with how widespread technology is, with how you sort of like, like we're all using technology, and it's so easy to come across something that might be potentially inappropriate. Like even the so-called kids videos on YouTube, they can be really dark and messed up stuff. So I do think that the parent definitely has a responsibility to monitor what the kid is doing and to try to control what they're consuming. I also think there's some responsibility to the people making the videos that they're not promoting any bad themes or like um, misinformation. Though I will say it depends on the audience that the content is targeted towards. Like if you're making content that's targeted towards like older teenagers and adults, and you're being like edgy and doing promoting all of this like bad stuff, I think to an extent that's like to an extent I think certain things should be covered by like freedom of speech. But at the same time, like if you know that your audience is mostly kids, and I'm going to use Jake Paul as an example for this because recently he's been making a lot of like these really sexual videos. I think he definitely has a responsibility in that case because a lot of his fans are very young, and he's promoting this really inappropriate stuff to them. And so I would say that the responsibility does partially lay on him, just like it partially lays on the parents of the people watching him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's being said, I really think like parents like I think they should they should take responsibility, but influencers should know when to like know their limit.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
Yeah, and I know how kids feel like too watching those type of videos because you know who Forrest. If you grew up on old YouTube, you know who Forest Fire 101 is, right?
The name definitely rings a bell.
Yeah, but he was like the man back in the he used to do those stop motion Lego videos. You heard of the you never heard of the Duck song?
Oh, he was behind the Duck song.
He was behind the Duck song.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, he was behind the Duck song. He was behind the Lego Batman and Spider Man video. He actually had a feature from Shane Dawson back in the day before Shane Dawson was the thing, like in early
Oh damn.
2008 and 9, something like that. But you know, I'm trying to. The point is like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I mean, But then again, you can't really blame YouTubers. They're just trying to do their job. And then while we're on that subject, how you feel about YouTubers censoring themselves just so they can get like some money rolling in? Like I know you want to like censor yourself because you're not trying to like get demonetized, but that's actually why I was asking you like How do you feel about YouTube demonetizing? Like they're demonetizing just to demonetize just any type of videos.
I think it's very disheartening, and it can be very disheartening for some creators because I guess it depends on like how the creator naturally is. Because like some people they naturally don't really swear so much, and so it doesn't really affect them as much. But for some other people, it's like a central part of their humor. Um, one good thing that I have noticed is I've noticed YouTube, at least in my experience, has been demonetizing less. And I know there was a video, there's a Creator Insiders video where it was showing these people. These people were talking about how they're going to try to get edgier advertisers. Like, for example, if they're advertising an R-rated movie, and they're going to try to get those advertisers to advertise on more videos. So that way, more videos that are like more swearing and stuff can get monetized. But as for the people censoring themselves, I can't really. I don't blame them at all. Actually, I think they're just trying to be good business people.
Okay. Okay. I understand what you're trying to say. But do you think you'll ever collab a little bit more?
Hmm. I'm not sure.
I
I,
mean,
I, I think
I like some of your videos. I shoot. I love to be in one of your videos. They're pretty decent.
I'll think.
They're pretty good. But what you were about to say?
Um, it's kind of weird because, in a sense, I am collaborating with people in the sense that sometimes I'll hire people to help me with like the editing or to like help me with like how I'm writing the video. But I guess I don't collaborate in the sense that they have like a part in like speaking and stuff. I guess it's really weird because it's just not something that I'm used to yet. But I'll definitely have to give it some more thought on like collaborating in that sense.
Uh, while we're still on the topic of commentary channels, how do you feel about Diesel Patches?
He's actually one of the funniest YouTubers in my opinion. I love how he delivers his videos. He talks in a very like um, I don't know, like someone said in my comments compared me to Diesel Patches, which I thought that was an interesting
That's what I
comparison.
was trying to say. Would you like? I was think when I looked at some of your videos, I was thinking about Diesel Patches because no offense, you guys both have like a little monotone voice, so I think
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys will fit perfect together in a video.
yeah. I think his monotone delivery it's very funny sometimes. He has a very entertaining way that, like, I definitely prefer Diesel Patches over the vast majority of commentary channels, honestly.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people give him some flack because he's going after like the really popular YouTubers. Shoot, he got a shout out from PewDiePie. I think he PewDiePie commented on one of his videos or something like that, and Layla, Layla, Lee,
Melee
Link,
Pawns?
Lele Pons, Lily. I think Lily Singh is it Singh?
Lily Singh, yeah.
Lily Singh actually was like mad at. He got a couple people responding to him. Try Guys was responding to him. Lily Singh responded to him asking for a collab because she wanted the beef to be over. He's been flipping flopping, between people and stuff. I think a lot of people give him flack. Oh yeah, Shane Dawson follows him too. He watches his videos
Oh,
too.
nice.
My man's just out here making moves.
Yeah, Diesel Patches is a great YouTuber.
Yeah, he's a pretty good dude. I think the only problem with some people that might not like his content is probably because he keeps it, he has no filter to him. But
Yeah,
he actually does because he even says in one of his videos that he doesn't go after he doesn't go after like once you hit ninth grade, he says that's when he can talk about you in a criticism type way. But like if you're like in eighth grade or something like that, he's not gonna talk to you like you're
yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying
yeah.
with
It's definitely more respectful than like someone like Leafy who just like goes after kids.
yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why the content cop was actually made on Leafy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed you being on the podcast. I think this will be it. Uh Please like and subscribe. Oh yeah, go check out Christopher Tom's channel. If you
Yeah.
if you haven't have you hit 50K yet? You haven't hit 50K
Not
yet.
yet. I'm projected to do that within the next week.
Yeah, go subscribe to Christopher Tom's channel. I'm gonna send you I'm gonna actually post this video at like 12 because I gotta edit it a bit, but it's not that much editing because I got the voices and stuff. But I'm gonna send you the video. You could repost it on social media and stuff, and I'll send you my social media if you want to follow.
All right, sounds good. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you too. I'll send you a message saying thank you for being on the show too. Later on after I send you the videos and stuff. Uh, please like and subscribe. His channel and Twitter and Instagram will be in the description. If you have, do you have an Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, he has an Instagram too. I'll put that in the description. Please like and subscribe to his channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.